This week, our Secretary of State is pushing a plan for more transparency, upgrading technology at branches and reacting to a judge's ruling about absentee ballot signatures. News 8's Rick Albin is one-on-one with Jocelyn Benson.
Earlier this week, you introduced a new legislative agenda in addition to one that earlier dealt with voting rights. This deals with transparency during Sunshine Week. And it's got a lot of components to it, including extending the Freedom of Information Act to the legislature and to the governor's office. Talk about this package and why it's important now.
Well, for a long time now, Michigan has been ranked last among all states by the Center for Public Integrity for its disclosure and transparency laws, in particular because we're one of two states that don't require our lawmakers to disclose their financial investments prior to taking office or while they're in office, which means someone could be voting on a piece of legislation that enriches them financially, and they wouldn't even have to disclose that conflict of interest. So there's really an easy way that we can go from being worst to being among the best states in the country for transparency laws, and it's by fixing that, requiring financial disclosure, and also by extending the Freedom of Information Act, which my office is subject to the governor's office as well to the legislature. So I've been proposing those reforms for a number of years, along with some others, to improve campaign finance disclosure. And it's really time that we do this because voters need to be fully informed if they're going to be able to hold their elected officials accountable.
You are one of very few Secretary of States that deals with all of the election procedures and all of the motor vehicle apparatus as well. So the Department of Motor Vehicles essentially all falls under the Secretary of State. Just this week, last week, and the beginning of this week, you had an update, kind of a reboot, if you will, for some of your systems. Can you tell me how that went?
Well, it went really well. It's been in the works for a number of months now, and it's the most significant upgrade of our computer system that we've seen in over a decade. And what it does, it will speed up the efficiency of branch office transactions, so we'll be able to be more efficient in handling those and provide more opportunities for people to work with the branches. But we also have moved a lot of systems online and to self-service stations. So now, for example, people can renew their enhanced license without having to go to a branch office. And really, my goal is to minimize the number of trips or eliminate them entirely that someone needs to make to a branch office. And that helps us both eliminate the wait times, enable the access to branch offices for people who need that in-person service, and then move everyone else to self-service stations so that you can do your business with the state while grocery shopping. And this upgrade will enable us to put even more services into those self-service stations to provide more convenience to our citizens.
And finally, Secretary, a judge said last week that verifying ballots, signatures on absentee ballots, should have gone through an Administrative Procedures Act. Going forward, the way that those signatures will be verified, will this ruling affect what the next election looks like?
No, I mean, the last election was very secure and accessible, and the signature verification requirements or policies or guidance is really important for our clerks to be able to ensure that no matter where you are in one of the 1,600 jurisdictions, with more people voting absentee than ever before, that signature verification needs to be consistent in how it's evaluated to ensure that only valid votes are being counted. So we'll continue to work with our clerks to ensure that when citizens vote by mail or vote absentee and sign the envelope, that those signatures are verified effectively, and continue to provide guidance to ensure that's the case. And beyond that, we'll look at all avenues to particularly address not just this ruling, but the importance of protecting the integrity of our elections moving forward.
Madam Secretary, as always, we appreciate your time.
Thanks. Likewise. Thanks, Rick. Take care.